So in our previous video, we tried to understand all the different kinds of constraint that we have in our SQL database, except for the one which is very important, that is our foreign key constraint. Okay, so let's consider a scenario where we are trying to take admission in suppose a BTech college. So while taking admission, we'll have a column saying which branch do you want to choose. So in that branch, we cannot fill any random name just like that. Okay, so the constraint over there is there will be a set of branches in the college, as of which we have to select one. Okay, okay. So if you are trying to take admission in the primary standard, I cannot choose sixth standard, seventh standard like that. I need to choose between class 1 to class 5. So that is the constraint that we are getting from the class tables. Or when we are trying to take admission in the college, we are getting constrained. As a student, I am getting constraint from the branch. Branch is available. So similarly, today we are going to create two tables. One is a standard table which will say that we have these classes available in our school. Okay, that's it. So this table will only say what are the classes available. That's it. And in the other table which contains all the students records, that will have a class. Like if we are storing a detail of a student, then in that will have a detail of what class is that student belongs to. So their class cannot be any random thing. Okay, their class must and should be from the one which is available in that college. Okay, so first, when we are considering college, we need to specify what are the branches are available instead of saying we'll take the admission of a student. So before that, we need to mention the branches. So it's like we have to create the main table one, which is going to give constraint to others. Okay, it is not going to take any constraint, it is going to give constraint to other tables. So for that, we are using create table standard, in which we are giving an ID which is our primary key for this table, and then we have a class which is nvarchar of this 10 and 20. I think you get it right. This is the length of the string that we can store under this class. Okay, let's try to execute this. Okay, so that is executed. Now if we see what are the standards available, select all fields from standard. Okay, so we'll try to execute this. There are no classes defined as of now. Okay, now we are going to create one more table called const student, in which we have all the student date, student fields like ID, name of the student, age of the student, lucky number, and class of the student. So this class of the student is of type numeric, which is referencing. So this is how we add a foreign key. So once you see the complete example, then you will be understanding what is foreign key. So here class is a numeric, and we cannot add any random numeric value to the class. It should be referring to the ID of standard. So it's like column ID or attribute ID of table standard. So it's saying that there is a table whose name is standard, and which has an attribute called ID. So out of all those values which are present in the ID attribute of standard, only those values can be added here, right? So here we are referring the values present in the standard table under ID column. So this is the foreign key. Okay, so this is the foreign key. Okay, so we will create, this is the okay, so which is foreign key in this we can say. So for constant constrained student, we have attribute class which is a foreign key referring the standard table ID column. Now we'll try to create this table and we'll execute. Okay, now we'll try to get all select star from const student. If you try to get all the details present in that, so there is nothing present in the constant student, there is nothing present in the standard. Now if we try to insert, okay, let's remove this, insert into const student, and the column names are id, name, age, class, lucky number. Okay, and then we'll have values to be given to those attributes. So for id we are going to give 1, and then for name we are going to give person 1, then for age 11, class, let's give class 1. Okay, and then we'll give lucky number as 7. Okay, let's remove lucky number because anyway that is going to take the default value if we don't give it, so that is fine. Now if we try to insert this, so this is going to assign class 1 class 1 to a person whose id is 1. So it means there is a class called 1 in the school standard. Okay, so if we try to insert that, we'll see the insert statement conflicted with the foreign key. The conflict occurred in the database school. Okay, so why this conflict occurred? Because there is no such class whose id is 1. So we need to create that class first. So we'll insert into standard. Okay, and the columns are id, then class, and we can say values is, let's say 1, and then we have something called CSC. Okay, that is a branch or class, whatever it is. Now if we try to get all the records present in the standard, so we can say these are the branches available in a college or something. Okay, now if we try to insert this, okay, so now it works successfully. Now we'll try to fetch everything from select star. So for some for execution of some of the queries I'm not pressing execute because there is a shortcut F5, so sometimes I'm pressing that. If I try to execute, I can see now it is inserted successfully. So again I can create one more student record who is also attending with the same class, because that is okay, that is fine, but we need to make sure the unique identifier, that is id, which is primary key of the constant student, should never be repeated again, because if I add one it will give me that I am violating the primary key constraint. So I will add new value and I will try to execute. I need to select the statements which I want to execute and then I will click on execute. Okay, so what it is saying, a unique key constraint is okay. So we have unique key constraint on the age as well. That is like conceptually not required, but for understanding we have added that. Now let's execute again. See, one more record is created. Now if I try to fetch all the records, so there are two students which are belong to class 1. Now if I say I want to have a student who is in third. Okay, now let's execute. So it is giving me that duplicate. Okay, right. So first we need to have different primary key and different age. Now this student whose name is P2, or even I can keep P1, but it's fine. I want to create a student P2 who is in third class. Now if I execute, it will say that there is a no foreign key constraint is violated. Why? Because there is no record. If you see, there is no record and in student in standard whose id is 3. So I cannot consider 3 under class, which I am doing as of now. I am assigning value 3 to the class which is not present in the id column of standard. So first I need to create a record in standard whose id is 3. Okay, so let me add one more 3, and then here if I add ECE and if I execute now, then you can see in the records of standard that I have a, a class ECE whose ID is 3. So if I want to take admission in ECE, I can assign myself to a who class ECU whose ID is 3. So here basically instead of calling ECE again and again, I'm giving an identifier to it, or I can say I'm giving an ID to it which is 3. So if I add 3 here, because when I'm assigning 3 to class, and that 3 should be present in the standard table under ID column. Now if I add 3 which was giving me an foreign key violation before, now if I try to execute, you can see I added successfully. Now if I try to fetch all the student records, it is there. Okay. So this was about creation of foreign key constraint, and then how it is restricting it from adding the new records. Okay. Now if I try to delete this table, the table which is creating constraints on others. Okay. If I try to delete this, it will say there is an already. Oh, okay. Sorry. This is the query to delete. Okay. If I try to delete this, could not drop this because it is referenced by a foreign key. Now what is happening here is when I'm trying to delete this, and suppose it is deleted, but there are some other tables like constant student which are dependent on the table standard. So I cannot delete this, right? So there are some other tables which are dependent on standard. So the tables which are dependent on standard, first I should delete those tables. That is, I can say child tables which are dependent on standard, then only I can delete this. So you are understanding, right? Could not drop standard because it is referenced by foreign key constraint. So this table is referenced by constant student. So we can say constant student constraint student is referencing a standard table. So this will be a child table to a standard table. So I can say I need to remove either the constraint, or I should either drop this, then I can drop the standard table. So if you want to see the complete details about constant student, I need to click on Alt F1 for this ID. But again, we have different queries to know about those tables. So if you see, constant student has all this column names. This is the type, this is the length that it can accept, and the constraint is this is primary key, and we have foreign key somewhere. Okay, I need to drag it. Okay, so there is a primary key constraint, there is a unique key constraint, there's a default key constraint, there's a foreign key constraint. So all these constraints are there. So if I remove this foreign key constraint and then if I delete a standard table, it will be deleted because no table is dependent on standard if I remove the foreign key constraint from here. Okay, so instead of dropping this and creating again, there's a command called a ddl command for altering the table. Since altering means modifying the table in the sense modifying the schema. So if a command is modifying the schema, we call it as a ddl command. So I'll try to modify the schema by removing this constraint. Which one? The reference key constraint. So this constraint is given a name fk, some random name. So when you are creating this, you can give a name to it manually. Otherwise, a default name will be given to this. So we'll try to alter this. Okay, I'll remove this as this is not required. Okay, otherwise fine for understanding saying I'll keep it. So I'll write an alter command to remove this foreign key constraint. Then we'll delete the standard table. Okay, the way I'll write that query is alter, let's give some space here. Okay, alter table, what is the table name? Const student. Okay, drop. If I want to add constraint, I'll write add. If I want to drop, I'll write drop constraint. What is the constraint name? Constraint name is this one. Copy, paste. Okay, so if you want to drop, you can drop it. If you want to add, you can add. If you want to change something, you can write modify, right? Like if you want to modify the data type of this, then you can write modify here. But before that, we need to make sure that if there are 10 names already added under that, and after having all those 10 names, you want to change it from this to int or number, you need to remove that data, and you have to simply remove all those data, then only you can change the data type. So that is modify, add and drop. As of now, I want to drop the constraint. So what I did, alter table name. In that table I have a constraint called this which I'm trying to drop. So I'll execute this. So if I again check what all things are present in this table, now if you can see, there is no constraint called foreign key constraint. Nowhere it is there, right? So now if I try to drop this standard table, which I was not able to do previously because some other table, which is a constraint student table, was dependent on the standard table. Now if I drop it, I was able to drop it successfully. So that was all about our foreign key. Okay, so the table which creates constraint on other, like which is referenced by other tables, should be created first and should be deleted at last. So that is what we need to remember. So the table which is giving constraint to other tables should be created first and should be deleted at last. So that's it with respect to foreign key. If you have any queries regarding foreign key, you can write down in the comment section. Thank you.